and Sam Gibbons live in Chichester, Sussex. They have a 6-year-old son, Luke, and are now expecting their second baby. They first met when they both worked in the theatre.
Sam's a lighting technician at the theatre and I was a stage manager. And I used to tour around with the shows. And our show came to the Festival Theatre. I have a very distinct vision of Sam coiling cables in a fire escape.
Their first baby, Luke, was born by caesarean section, something Sally hadn't planned on.
I was 22 when he was born. And so, yeah, very healthy and, you know, really good pregnancy. And he just went overdue. 42 weeks and then an induction. And a caesarean section. Hello, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Because of her previous caesarean section, Sally's decided that her best chance of a successful vaginal birth is to employ independent midwife Aida Stevens and have a home birth.
I've chosen a home birth because I believe that I'm safer here and that I didn't really need to have the caesarean section. There was no physical reason. It was post-maturity.
It's now become standard that you have your baby in hospital, and I don't see why that is. There doesn't seem to be any reason. You're not ill, or, you know, you don't need to be a patient.
It's funny actually, I don't consider my first pregnancy to be, my first birth experience to be proper. Like I keep on thinking, well, I haven't actually had a birth yet. But I suppose all this thing I have done, you know, the pelvis and the engaging and the, yeah. And I did dilate a little bit.
So I've done all that. The bits with birth canal, that's all. You've done all the rest.
But it's very difficult with your first child. And you get lots of people coming in giving you really emotive opinions, you know, not actual unbiased opinions.
Yes.
And when really the only person who should be emotional about the whole thing is you.
Yes.
And other people should just present you with the facts
Yes.
and let you make the decision. Because at the end of the day, it's your child.
Yes. I just feel like she really understands my heart. She knows what I mean, and I don't know if she's ever done a VBAC before, actually. I haven't asked her, but it doesn't seem to bother me. I'm not hospital phobic, which is good, so I'm not going to freak out if we do have to transfer. If it's all too much, I can just move out and have a quiet moment, and you can't really do that in the hospital. I just felt that all these eyes were on me, and lights, and you know, people and advice from 57 different midwives and auxiliary nurses and everybody wanting to have a go on my pulse, and, you know, and it was just too much. And I know that here it's going to be led by me. It just feels right. It just everything about it just feels like the most sensible thing to do. I don't know why everybody doesn't do it. Sam's working very hard at the moment at the theatre and is not spending very much time at home, which is hard for you. My mother's here now from South Africa. She arrived a couple of weeks ago and is being fantastic with Luke, who is very excited about the birth as well.
Gran.
Gran?
That's her real name. But some people call her Tammy.
Right, okay. But I'm really Gran.
She came early. She was supposed to come at the beginning of October, and she arrived at the end of September, and she's here till the end of November, which is fantastic. But you know, everybody thinks, you know, that's, oh, what a long time, so, you know, isn't that fantastic? But it's not long enough, really, because I don't see her at all. It's been nearly 2 years since I saw her. She was last here when Sam and I got married 2 years ago.
I'm losing out enormously by not having Sally near me, and I know she is too, and I know...
She knows what you're talking to.
I know.
So you don't need to do your hands.
Oh, I don't need to do hands. Thank you, Luke. This is my director over here. And I know that it is... Sally feels the same way. She really misses... I know. She really misses having her mum close by, I think. She really, really does.
I'm so determined to actually give birth to this baby. I promise I won't be Mardy if I have to have a section.
With vaginal birth after caesarean section, there's a small risk of the scar rupturing during labour. But Sally's confident that she'll know if the labour doesn't feel right, and her midwife, Aida, will be monitoring her condition carefully. If they have any concerns, Sally will transfer to a hospital and discusses with Aida how best to manage this scenario. Aida gives Sally her final instructions on when to call.
Obviously, if it's 1 o'clock in the morning and you're just beginning to get the twinge, don't worry. You can wait till the morning.
That means
to you. I'll try and be kind. But obviously, if it's rip-roaring contractions, it's, you know,
of course.
10 minutes apart or whatever, it's been so for the past 2 hours, call me whenever. But I'd rather know that you're doing something.
Okay.
If it's during the daytime, because just in case I'm somewhere
Far away.
walking or wherever.
Okay.
Yeah.
The fair's come to town and Sally and Sam are taking Luke for what might be his last trip as an only child, and to burn off some energy. Sally could go into labour any time now. Tammy hopes to be a support to Sally when she goes into labour, but she has strict instructions.
My role will be, according to her, to not give any advice, even if asked. If I have anything to say, I shall take Sam outside and we must discuss it, and then come back and not say a word. I must tell her she's fantastic and she's brilliant and she's wonderful, and if she wants a cup of tea, I shall make her a cup of tea and keep Sam calm and do anything the midwife asks me to do. That's my job.
And you're happy with that?
And I'm perfectly happy with it. I won't be able to keep my mouth shut, but I'll do my best.
It's a belly cast that we did with Sally. We tried to do another one, but it went horribly wrong. So, this is the due date. This is our friend Howard, who's fitting the rest of the banister for us. The only thing missing is the tongue sticking outside of his mouth. There it is.
41 weeks plus 1 day today, so overdue, no surprise there.
Grandmother Tammy is going home to South Africa in 4 weeks' time, so she's desperate for Sally's new baby to be born as soon as possible. Aida's come for another antenatal checkup.
We're doing a birth plan in case I need to transfer. Because I hadn't thought about it. You know, I said to Aida that I feel that her and I and Andrea seem to be really on the same wavelength about everything, and I don't feel I want to have a birth plan at home because everybody knows my choices and my decisions, but if I transfer it'd be really useful to have one that I hadn't thought about doing. That's
And
cute.
also if there's any blood in her urine, and that can be a sign of the baby coming, because if bits of the cervix are moving.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, and that shows if there's any infection. And he's lost interest.
Yeah, thank you for that.
Right, that's it.
That's it.
That's the learning over for today.
My biggest fear all the way through my pregnancy has been coping with pain. I've done a lot of work on it, which I didn't do last time, breathing and relaxation, focusing, sort of meditation, things like that. But I wanted to keep all my options. I wanted to have as many options for a natural home birth that I could. I don't want to have pethidine, I don't want to have diamorphine or anything like that. So I needed to have loads of options. So we've got the pool, but I'm not sure I want to give birth in the pool, but then it may happen, it may be quite quick and she may come out in the water.